Magandang araw mga ka-Wonder and welcome back sa ating YouTube channel. Ito ang Wonder Vlogcaster. Magandang araw at lahat nawa kayo ay sa mabuting kalagayan. Maganda itong pag-uusapan natin mga ka-Wonder dahil ito po ay good news. In fact, lahat po ng mga senador na nagkaroon sila ng session ay nagulat at natuwa dahil numero 1 lang naman ang Pilipinas. Tayo po ay nasa front row. No? At dinaig natin yung ibang miyembro ng ASEAN. No? Tayo po ay nasa unahan. Yan po ang pag-uusapan natin mga ka-Wonder. Pero number 1 o front row tayo saan? Wonder Vlogcaster. So yun nga mga ka-Wonder, ito po ay good news, magandang balita, at good job kay PBBM sa kanya pong hard work. No, alam natin kung gaano kasipag si PBBM, umiikot siya sa buong mundo at naghahanap siya ng investors at gaya ng blueprint ng kanyang ina na kung saan umiikot pati ng kanyang ama at tinitignan kung ano yung pwedeng mai-apply sa bansa na pangunahing kailangan, hindi lang basta mailagay o makapagproyekto. No, hindi yan yung flood control lang na makapagproyekto lang at may kasama pang tiwali. Ito po ay nagbibigay ng improvement sa ating ekonomiya, sa ating kultura, sa ating politika. So, napakaganda ng ginawa ng ating Pangulong Marcos. Marami na siyang ginagawa at ito nga po. No? Panoorin natin mga ka-Wonder itong video na actually sinend sa akin ng isa nating kaibigan at subscriber din. Pakinggan natin mga kaibigan.
Article a day or two ago, it says the Philippines has emerged as one of the front runners in the nuclear deployment in Southeast Asia. Paano nangyari?
So, yan nga po mga ka-Wonder, number 1 tayo or front row when it comes to nuclear deployment sa ASEAN. So, dito magugulat kayo sa tanong.
Overnight, naging front runner tayo.
Wow.
May ginawa tayong, ano mga groundwork natin? Wait, sandali Sandali ito si Senator JV. Last week, we welcomed the Speaker of the House of Hungary, di ba? Kasi binisita namin siya roughly a year and a half ago, parang early part of 2023. Yeah. And then, nag-side trip ako sa Vienna and I had a meeting with our ambassador. And at that time, a year and a half ago, we have done nothing. Nothing. And then now we're on the forefront. Ang galing talaga natin. What happened? Who can update me? Kaninong PR yun?
No, it's Mr. Chair, hindi yun PR. Ever since 2022, with the new administration, medyo na-revitalize yung nuclear energy program interagency. It just took us time to get back on track. Yes, ma'am. So now we have a nuclear division, we have NEPIAC, nuclear division in DOE, we have a roadmap already, na-review na tayo ng IAEA second time and we have good grades in IAEA. We're asking for another one pa. The law was passed. We entered into the 123 agreement already with the US and other countries. And we're making headway in a sense that many of our companies are also interested in pursuing and our recent we had surveys now on the acceptance rate ng nuclear, but the recent activity of DOE, other agencies in fairness also have activities in this. PhilVox, DOST, PNRI, DND, lahat sila may ginagawa. But DOE issued recently a circular giving let's say preference or special treatment to the Pioneer 1. So it's just more of a framework. And so why are we considered nauuna sa Southeast Asia? Because we have been steady. Indonesia at one point was ahead of us, but hindi steady kasi their legislative medyo binawi ulit yung authority. Vietnam is also getting ahead also. But it depends on the year na rin or depends on the country. But comparatively, we are ahead of the rest of the countries in Southeast Asia. in preparation for building the power plant. Hindi po yan PR, ma'am. Totoo yan.
Tamo, ang ganda pa nung opportunity mo magpaliwanag kasi I don't think I asked you for that update in our hearing, no? So I meant it na parang akala ko talaga PR but with very straight to the point responses. I'm happy to note na you seem to have made a lot of progress. Kasi sometimes it's all talk, diba? So, it's good to see. And ang pinaka-importante ko na narinig ko dun is high grades. Kasi ayoko nung puro talk lang. Did you want to add something?
I wanted to add lang, I would like to thank the good chairman of this committee kasi he supported NEPIAC for on the budget side for a few years. Kasi with that, we were able to do our public communications, the mga contracts, surveys, and really beefed up the activities of capacity building of NEPIAC for all agencies actually.
Si Chairman, on that topic, nasa Board of Governors tayo ng IAEA for 2025-2027 Philippines. It's impressive yun, ha? Na nasa board tayo ng International Atomic Energy Agency. Although it's my staff just told me DOST ang nakaupo. Yeah, but still, no, as a country, that's quite an honor to be part of the Board of Governors.
So yan po mga ka-wonder, no? Good news talaga at proud na proud itong mga senador nung kanila pong narinig yan. Hindi nga makapaniwala si Senator Pia. No? Pero one thing na nanonotice natin, sa mga ginagawa ni PBBM, wala siyang nakukuhang palakpak. Wala siyang nakukuhang mga papuri, bagkus, pagbatikos. Abangan nyo, may batikos na naman dyan. Babatikusin na naman yung ginawa niya. No? Well, anyway, talagang good job si PBBM, sabi nga ni Montulfo. Imbis na pasalamatan si PBBM sa mga ginagawa niya, even yung mga pagbisita niya nitong mga nakaraan, nababatikos pa. So, basahin natin mga ka-wonder itong mga response dito sa video na ito bago natin pag-usapan, bago tayo magbigay ng opinion kung bakit naging number 1 tayo at kung gaano kahusay si PBBM. Well, sabi rito, basahin natin. Wow, magandang senyales yan. Umangat ang Pilipinas. Congrats kay PBBM, of course. Si PBBM ang may hawak ng timon, kaya siya ang unang dapat nating pasalamatan. Dahil sa kanya. At ang isang napuna ko doon, yung tuwa ni Madam Senator Pia Cayetano. Yung ngiti niya ba nakakatuwa? Kasi sabi niya, ano to, PR lang? So parang akala niya, PR lang. Sabi nga nung babae kanina, hindi, talagang totoo yan. No? At isa pa, sabi, tatak BBM or tatak PBBM, gulat ka Pia? No, ha ha ha. So sabi ni isa dito, ganyan talaga kapag maayos ang sistema. So yan nga sinasabi ko sa inyo mga ka-wonder, thumbs up, pero may makita ka pa rin dito na angry. Ibig sabihin, meron talagang hindi masasatisfied yan at talagang babatikos. Well, alamin natin mga ka-wonder kung paano tayo napunta sa front row. Paano natin nakuha yan? Sabi nga ni Senator Pia, it was just like yesterday na we did nothing. And then the next day, natulog lang, number 1 na, front row na. Tinalo pa natin yung Indonesia. Actually, Indonesia lamang ng 1 point. But when it comes to consistency, talo sila sa atin dahil tayo ay naging consistent. Ito ay good news pag-uusapan natin mga ka-wonder, kaya stay hanggang sa dulo dahil malalaman natin. So pag-usapan natin mga ka-wonder, kung bakit tayo nakapwesto sa unang linya. So tingnan natin itong ating ni-research, paano tayo napunta dyan. So what happened? How did the Philippines get there? Paano natin nakuha yung frontliner? Paano natin nakuha yung front row? What? So legislative and regulatory breakthrough. Sabi rito, on 18 September 2025, Ferdinand, remember the name, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. signed into law Republic Act number 12305 na isa batas yung the Philippine National Nuclear Energy Safety Act, which creates an independent regulatory board. So nakapaglikha out of that act, nakapaglikha ng isang regulatory body. Ano yun? Ito yung the Philippine Atomic Energy Regulatory Authority o yung sinasabing PhilAtom. Ito yung mag-oversee ng nuclear energy dito sa ating bansa. Sa mga radiation na yan, sources, and related materials when it comes to nuclear, mga ka-wonder. So itong PhilAtom will have exclusive jurisdiction. Exclusive po ang sakop nito, no? Overseeing construction, commissioning, operation, decommissioning of nuclear radiation facilities in the Philippines. Mamaya malalaman natin itong mga commissioning na yan, decommissioning. A far more coherent framework. Kasi nga yung ating pong dati dito sa Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, nagawa na yun. Certain billions of dollars po ang ginastos doon. Pero yan po ay hinadlangan. Sayang lang yung pera. Sabi nga ng Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Sr. na kung maituloy yung nuclear power plant, giginhawa at yayaman ng ating bansa. Pero if I'm not mistaken, based dun sa aking napanood na interview kay sa yung maong Cory Aquino, this is not to bash her, but to just to give you a heads up kung bakit hindi rin ito natuloy at hinarangan. Parang ang lumabas daw, if I'm not mistaken, parang kung itutuloy yan, maalala lang daw ang mga Marcos.
Galing-galingan ko kay Mrs. Corazon Aquino ay pagpatuloy ang Bataan Nuclear Plant kung maaari. Sapagkat I told her this is the solutions in meeting a country's energy demands and decreasing dependence on imported oil. Ngunit ayaw niyang tanggapin ang aking mungkay at maalala daw ng taong bayan si Marcos habang andyan ang Bataan Nuclear Plant. Anong klaseng pag-iisip yan? Ayan ay pag-iiganti. Huwag na itamay sambay ng Pilipino. And yet, balang araw makikita ninyo 20 years from now, bagsak na ang Pilipinas.
So marami pong tumuligsa dyan at bumatikos kay Cory Aquino dahil isasang alang-alang mo yung galit mo, yung vendetta mo sa kapakanan ng ikauunlad ng bansa. No? So marami pong nagbatikos sa kanya. So yan po, no? So the law modernizes nuclear regulation to align with the standards of the International Atomic Energy Agency o itong sinasabing IAEA na kapag tayo ay pumasok dyan, talagang it's very impressive. Sabi nga ni Gatchalian, ano? That's impressive. At ito nga prior to this, multiple earlier efforts had stalled. For example, ito nga feasibility studies, scattered regulatory framework, the legacy of the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, which was built in 1970s to 80s but never operated. Yaya nga po na sinabi ko sa inyo because of those reasons, no? So why we're being described as a front row or front runner in this space? Sabi, in a hearing on October 23, 2025, Energy Secretary Sharon Garin said that according to a report by Fritch Solutions, BMI in the Philippines is emerging as a front runner in Southeast Asia in terms of nuclear energy development. Ito po hindi gawa-gawa, ito po may reference. Sabi nga ng mga korap, may resibo ako. Meron po itong resibo. Some of the reasons given, we have a clear regulatory law passed, a roadmap being developed, public support growing, a private sector interest in advanced nuclear technologies. So may blueprint na po para at sinusunod yung standard ng mga kabagong teknolohiya para sa nuclear power plant. Nakaabang na po ang ginawa ng ating Pangulo. At ito po ay isasagawa na. Sabi rito, the DOE survey, May 2025, of 7,520 Filipinos. Nagkaroon dito ng survey, nagkaroon dito ng feasibility studies na 7,520 Filipinos found that over 70% favor nuclear power as an additional electricity source. Also, net approval for rehabilitating the BNPP plus 66 nationwide. Mamaya malalaman nyo, itutuloy pa ba yung Bataan Nuclear o hindi na. How the Senate was surprised, pushed the pace. So during the Senate budget hearing, si Senator Pia kasi siya ang chair ng Senate Committee ng Science and Technology. Obviously, this is technology and science. Questioned the aggressive timeline. No? Sabi niya nga parang wala tayong ginawa, we did nothing. And then the next day, number 1. What? So sabi niya nga, a year and a half ago, we have done nothing. Nothing. Oh, no. And then now we are at the forefront. Kaninong PR yun? Sabi niya. Siya makapaniwala eh. So this shows that some senators felt the pace of implementation and the bold language outstripped prior groundwork. Hence, ibig sabihin na surprise sila mga ka-wonder. Natuwa. Hindi ni surprise in a negative way. They were surprised in a positive and a nice way. Also in Senate, on June 9, June 2025, the Senate approved on final reading the bill. Karoon na ng final reading nitong June, no, na-approve na, which became Republic Act na nga. 12305 with 22 votes in favor. Kaya siya po ay naisibatas. Naging act. So the combination of a strong law, a clear target, public support, private sector interest, and a perception of speed has put the Philippines in a position where people were stepping into nuclear in a serious way. So dahil sa surveying, dahil sa pag-aaproba, dahil sa road mapping, sa blueprint, etc., interest ng private sectors, naiposisyon tayo bilang front row. So why salute the President, mga ka-wonder? Why the President and his administration should be applauded? Palakpakan natin, mga ka-wonder. No, ang Presidente at ang administrasyong ito na binabash ng iba na puro daw korap. O may korap nga. Pero hindi naman po makokontrol ng Presidente ang pangungurakot yan. But it can be discovered. Kayong mga negatibo at walang alam paninira, hindi nyo na madadala ang taong bayan. Dahil nakikita nyo naman yung resulta, good job si PBBM. At masakit na naman ang dibdib at puson nitong mga DDS supporters. So here are the reasons why one might give credit. Vision and leadership. Of course, vision and leadership. The Marcos administration publicly revived and prioritized. Inuna talaga niya ito. Dahil ito po yung sinabi ng kanyang yumaong ama. Na kung meron tayong nuclear, tayo po ay uunlad na bansa. So nuclear energy, moving from talk to legislative, hindi lang puro talk. Sabi nga ni Senator Pia, ayaw niyang talk lang. The kind of long-term strategic vision is rare in energy policy. Ilang presidente na dumaan dyan, mga ka-wonder. No? Usaping West Philippine Sea, wala tayong dalawang presidente lang daw po. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, Magsaysay o Macapagal at Marcos lang. And then the rest wala. Palakasin nga yung ating depensa, walang nangyari. Si Marcos lang ulit eh. No? So pagdating sa public engagement and accessibility, the DOE survey shows the administration has done some work to gauge public sentiment and incorporate that into planning. So over 70% support. That helps the legitimacy. Na hindi lang ito kwento. Na talagang merong ginagawa at patungo na mula sa blueprint into reality. Number 4, balancing energy security and decarbonization. In a country with rising electricity demand sa ating bansa, no? Tumataas pa yung mga bill ng kuryente. Pangako sino ba nangako dyan na gagawin niyang babawasan niya parang kwento na lang, ano? Siya na lang ala-ala. Dependence on imported fuels, no? Umaangkat kasi tayo ng mga fuels and climate challenges. Adding nuclear as a large-scale, so low-carbon base load option is a strong move. The administration is addressing not just the short-term but also the medium or long-term, mga ka-wonder. So international and regional positioning natin, By aiming to be a regional leader in nuclear energy, the Philippines is enhancing its profile. Yung profile natin, nababago, na-enhance. Someday, one of these years or months to come, sana hindi na tayo third world. Kaya sana, yung pangunahin nating problema, mga ka-wonder, corruption, marisultahan at maresolbahan na. So yun po, in short, yung administrasyong ito, yung gumagawa kasi siya ng strategic investment rather than only incremental tweaks that deserves recognition. So again, salute sa ating Pangulong BBM for his vision and leadership along with his administration. So ano pong kinabukasan or what does the future hold for nuclear power in the Philippines? Sabi nito, timeline and scale. The DOE notes that they expect application for nuclear power plant licenses to be accepted in 2026. Mga ka-wonder. Let's wait for this coming 2026. Malapit na yan. Imbis na eleksyon na itong mga gutom sa kapangyarihan na walang ginagawa, kayong mga madaling mabola, makinig kayo dahil ang inaabangan lang yan makaupo sa kapangyarihan. Ang laging bukang bibig 2028 election.
Huwag mong subukan.
Habang ang Pangulo busy sa pagtataguyod at pagre-reprofile ng ating bansa. Saan ka nakita nun? Kaya BBM lang. Tatak Marcos lang. No? Dito sa channel natin, nagiging bias tayo dahil nakikita natin yung tama. Pag mali, binabati ko sa hindi natin yan itinataas. So the cost for first nuclear power plant is estimated to be at least $10 billion.
Paano masabi?
Or in peso is 500 billion, no? Plus. So given permitting, seating, construction, commissioning at first commercial nuclear power plant may not only materialize in 2030s. The Senate bill mentions target by 2032. Itong construction, medyo matagal pa, pero sana yung susunod na Pangulo hindi political, hindi inggitero, kundi ituloy niya for the sake ng kapakanan ng bansa. Sana kapag may pumigil niyan o umalma, kumilos ang taong bayan. Dahil ito'y para sa atin at hindi lang sa kapakanan ng iilan, nakakontra para sa kanilang kapakanan. So sabi dito, the target of 4,800 megawatts by around 2040 is ambitious but gives a sense of scale. Ito lang tayo sa benefits and opportunities. Of course, yung energy security, low carbon, climate mitigation, industrial and job creation. Marami pong magkakaroon ng trabaho dyan. Bawas kuryente, no? At low carbon, cost structure potential. Yung risk na yan, huwag na nating pansinin yan dahil mababa lang naman yan. Mga ka-wonder, at kung i-regard lang natin yung risk na yan, hindi tayo uunlad. Ang daming bansa na merong nuclear power plant sa kanilang bansa at sila po'y ang yayaman. Wala naman na i-report na talagang risky yan. So tigilan na natin yung politika na yan. Dahil kung meron man yan, paano itong mga bansa na yumaman? At meron yan. So, kailangan po nating subaybayan yan, mga ka-wonder. Dahil itong mga bataan natin na obsolete na yung mga gamit dyan, hindi na po natin yan itutuloy. Bukod sa bataan, may mga iba pang lugar na candidate na kung saan doon itatayo yung modernized na nuclear power plant. At isa pa rin sa candidate itong bataan kung saan pwede dyan ilagay. Pero yung technology ng bataan is obsolete na, hindi na po gagamitin. So, nagbabudget pa rin yan, no? Somehow, same budget or more. Pero mahalaga, maitayo natin ito para sa ikakuunlad ng ating bansa. So, hanggang dito lang tayo mga ka-wonder. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up para i-share ni YouTube sa iba pang mga viewers. At of course, please share this video para malaman ng iba itong good news na ilulunsad at itutuloy na ang ating nuclear power plant na ikinatuwa nga ng mga senador. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, and choose all. Hanggang sa susunod mga ka-wonder, God bless. Wonder Vlogcaster.